everyone! Welcome to day 20 of 24 days to a crafty Christmas. It's the Friday before Christmas, which means school's done, and I feel like now the descent into the total holiday whirlwind of parties and gatherings and family events really gets going. So whether you're hosting or visiting this year, I thought I might suggest the idea of having a craft basket handy to help keep people occupied. So this is great for kids, tweens, teens, young people, people who are just sort of young at heart or crafty. I find often when you get a lot of people together, it's fun to have sort of an activity to do, whether that's a game or something kind of quiet, just to sort of give people something to talk about or have fun with, and it's a nice way to break ice, especially if there's a lot of people who don't get to see each other very much or very often, or if they're brand new to seeing each other or meeting each other for the first time. A craft basket is a lot of fun, so having like a little activity to do can be a really great icebreaker, as well as just keeping people occupied. So craft baskets are something that my grandmother got me into. She always had a basket of goodies at her place for whenever I visited. It usually had a couple of my favorite books, maybe a coloring book and some crayons, and a couple of little craft kits that she would switch out from time to time to sort of keep it interesting. And I used the same concept years later as a very busy teenaged babysitter. I often took a craft basket with me when I went to visit, especially when I was meeting kids for the first time, or if it was the first couple times I was babysitting them. And it was a nice way to keep everybody occupied and get to know their personalities and sort of bond. And there were a couple of little ones that I babysat that insisted that I always bring the craft basket with me. So craft baskets are a lot of fun. So I thought I would sort of tell you what I have put in my basket over the years and some of the stuff I actually have to put in my basket this year. So I'll start with the kids. If they're young, coloring books and crayons are great. They can keep you occupied. Crayons are pretty cheap, so are coloring books. The dollar store is amazing. There's just so much craft supplies available at the dollar store for pretty cheap. But crayons really aren't that expensive. And a big old box like that, I think that was about, I don't know, $4 Canadian even. It'll last a long time. So if you've got sort of little people coming to visit regularly, or you're visiting regularly little people, then that box of crayons will last you quite a while. And these typically are non-toxic and easily washable, so you don't have to worry about it getting ground into like fabric or the carpet or something. But if you're doing crafts, keep it in a keep it in an easily washable place. So crayons, coloring books, that's really good for the young crowd. Slightly older, the tweens, I like to do, maybe have some scrapbooking supplies out and sort of get them to do things like make gift tags, or maybe some Christmas cards, maybe some funny Christmas cards. I like to have some sort of seasonal and goofy stickers around. These ones say things like, you know, boom, bang. They're kind of onomatopoeia stickers. Having a little, like a project, like gift cards or gift tags or something to do can kind of help give them a little bit of focus, and they don't have to be quite so, you know, oh, I have to completely create something from scratch. You know, give them a little bit of direction, and that's helpful. So scrapbooking stuff, papers, glue, scissors, stuff like that. They can sort of sit and make something fun, like gift tags. And then, of course, they can put them away and use them next year if they want to. For the teens, even the tweens, really starting to get into some more crafty stuff. Like if you've got a rainbow loom, if you have one of these, I love this thing, then that's a great thing to keep in your craft basket, because that can keep people amused for quite a while. Have some extra elastics on hand. Pipe cleaners, bead kits. Again, the dollar store has a lot of cool stuff. So there's a little cross-stitch kit. Now, an older teen might be interested in that because it takes a little bit of thinking. But I love these little cross-stitch kits. Bead kits, you'll find these at the dollar store too. This one here came with everything you need to make really pretty jewelry. So there's like a needle, some beading, sort of elastic thread, some fasteners, a bunch of beads. That's great for the older crowd. Hemp cord, embroidery floss, anything you might want to make bracelets out of. We talked about in an earlier crafting vlog some of the craft obsessions I had when I was young, and I think, you know, it's appealing to people of that age no matter what the decade. You might want to have them try things like plastic canvas. Just give them little squares, so it's nothing too daunting, something they can kind of either create an image out of their own brains or find something on the internet and kind of create that with a bit of yarn. You could have that lying around, some plastic needles. I also found other neat things at the dollar store, like these little miniature canvases. So if they're older teens and you know they're not going to make a big mess, you could have some paints on hand in these little tiny canvases and have everybody paint a little miniature Christmassy work of art. So that's kind of fun. Looms, stuff like that. If you've already got things like yarn looms and yarn on hand, then just having that on hand is really easy. And if you've got people who are knitters or crocheters coming and they didn't already bring their own stuff, then having extra hooks and needles and a couple balls of yarn available to them is great. You can just sort of have the basket sitting there and, you know, feel free to dip in and keep yourself busy if you want. And if you want to do it slightly more organized, you could have the internet ready, so have either a tablet or a laptop or even like the main screen in the family room, depending on how big the group is, and just pull up something on YouTube, any kind of craft. I mean, there's just everything out there, and try and have everybody do the same thing together, which is kind of neat. Yeah, that keeps everybody busy. It's a lot of fun, and like I sometimes say, keep it simple, keep it light, and to all a crafty good night. That's kind of etched into the edge of my crafty basket tote. Anyway, everybody, I hope that was somewhat helpful. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration to carry around a craft basket of your own, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
Hello everyone, this is Mr. InStitches. Thanks for watching today's Christmas video diary. Here are some other videos you might be interested in. Just click on one to watch it. Have a wonderful day and stay crafty.